Welcome back to Plague Scythe Studios, everyone. Ryan here, and I think it's about time for another installation of shit you need. Today's product stack barely has any theme, and I've used all these ranging from 10 days to 10 years. So yeah, you can kind of stretch it out and say this is all to keep a product in the same shape as when the day you bought it, but that's, again, quite a stretch. So it's just stuff I like. How about that? A couple of them are even guitar related. So let's start off with our first product, strap locks. I'm sure most of you have heard of it, and if you play guitar standing up, you need some. These are Shaler's. These are probably my favorite out of all the strap lock designs. They work the best for me. I've had a couple different ones that just kind of have the little pop in out ball bearing type deal on a shaft. Didn't care for those very much. These work really well though, since you've got the extra kind of hook here. And obviously they're great for a security feature, but there's a couple different added bonuses I find. For instance, take a weird shape like this Explorer type guitar, which has an even more embellished outline, and they decided to locate the strap right here on this horn, which makes putting a traditional strap on damn near impossible, or when you do, it's very liable to fall off. This gives you just a little bit extra space, makes things a lot easier for me. It looks better, to tell you the truth. And kind of the same deal on the back, since this is kind of the traditional Gibson VSG Explorer strap placement. I think even my RR3 has the same deal. So strap locks are one of those things. It's like, I think once you get past the $500 to $700 range for guitars, I don't know why they're not shipped as a basic option, because again, if you don't play sitting down 100% of the time, I think you need this, whether you're gigging, whether you're just, you know, jamming with friends or standing up at home. This will save your ass one day, I promise you that, because I don't know how many times I've been playing a guitar and either I just didn't pay attention, I didn't, you know, thread a strap correctly, or one just, you know, failed entirely. When I was younger and would play with crap straps, now not so much a problem, but keeps you from having to do the last minute, oh shit, and, you know, catch the diving neck. So definitely worth the $20-ish. Of course, they're available in the standard color selection of black, chrome, and gold, although they may not match up perfectly with the particular hue of your hardware. I know that was something that kind of bothers me on my Les Paul, but hey, do you want a little bit of a mismatch on your color or a broken headstock? I think I'll take this. You never see it anyway. So strap locks, just buy it. Speaking of unorthodox body shapes, a lot of us metal players own a guitar or two that just refuses to sit in a regular guitar stand because of their body style. Or perhaps you own all Super Strats and Les Pauls, but you still want to wall mount all of your guitars. That's fine too. This is where the Hercules hanger comes in. This is one of those products where there may be some imitators and some knockoffs that are of equal strength and resilience, but I'm not taking the chance, because you go through any halfway decent music store, every guitar that's hung on the wall is probably using a Hercules hanger. They're wide and padded enough to accept practically any guitar or bass neck width. You've got these nice little gates that are in the open position normally, but as soon as you set a weight of a guitar on it, they close in the front. That way there's no way it can slide out of the fixture. The only thing I would kind of be worried about with the design is if you have a nitro finished neck. I don't know for sure that this material wouldn't react with it, so just double check on that. They're super easy to install. I've had mine chilling on each end of my guitar stand, and I guess my engineering statics paid off because they still aren't broken, even in a cantilever configuration, so it works out pretty well there. If you have a free stud in your room or even a decently built shelving unit, you can pile on these hangers worry-free to display all your glorious E-type and V-type guitars, or even across your entire wall if you would just like to show the world your entire guitar collection, although I have a kind of an adversity to gravity, hence why all of mine are at floor level. Admittedly, those products might seem a little vanilla for most contemporary guitarists, but I have a product that I guarantee you don't own unless you are part of maybe 0.1% of this audience that crosses over with a very different demographic. And this came about from actually my recent PC upgrade escapades, where I had to clean out my case and put in new components, and oh my god, that thing was filthy. I haven't been cleaning it very regularly since I moved here, and the carpet here is just awful. It's like that tall. compared to I'm like used to a quarter of that height. So it was just chock full of not only human dust, which is great, but also you could tell by the color that a lot of it was coming off the carpet itself. So a canned day or two later, and I finally got everything cleaned out, but it took forever. And a little nozzle that big trying to clean out a space this large wasn't really cutting it, and I wasted a lot of product because of that. So I said, you know what, there's got to be a better way. So you might be thinking, why not just use something like an air compressor or even a vacuum cleaner in reverse? The problem with those devices is that they generate a small but measurable amount of static electricity. And static electricity discharge is a big no-no for sensitive electronics like in your computer, even in your guitar amps. So we need something that doesn't generate static electricity. Of course, this is one of those things that it's not going to kill your electronics the first time it contacts it. It's only after repeated discharges that eventually, it may not even break, it may just start acting funny. But this is a risk you don't want to take when you're paying this much for electronics. So the solution here is this handy little guy called the DataVac. And cue all the memes about the tech YouTubers accepting all those sponsorships from a vacuum cleaner that one day, but this is the exact opposite. It blows. And it blows hard. I about knocked over my lighting fixture there. And by blow hard, I mean it works. It doesn't suck. It does a good job. So this is a, I believe this one's like, it's ridiculous how powerful it is. And it's got a number of different fixtures on the end, and I've used this on obviously my computer case, but if you're an idiot like me who just has to have black furniture, you know as well that all that is just a dust magnet, especially for like computer desks and stuff, or cleaning off your keyboard, or all these things that may not be exactly for guitarists, but if you are a home producer of any type of music, you have this stuff and it's getting dirty. So this is a great way to combat that. It also is really nice for cleaning guitars because no matter how much I use them, they're still going to get some dust buildup on the headstocks, under the bridge, that kind of stuff. And in between deep cleanings and string changes, this is a good way just to get them in decent looking order for videos and that sort of stuff. So I wish I didn't like a stupid freaking opposite vacuum cleaner so much. I feel like the mom on Dexter's Laboratory is always cleaning stuff, but this thing's awesome. For like 70 bucks, it'll pay for itself really quickly compared to canned air anyway, and it does a good enough job that I don't even care if it did. So DataVac, it's cool. The only weird thing is once you use it, it kind of smells like the inside of a Harbor Freight, if you've ever been in there, or any cheap hardware store in general. I think it's the motor lubricant that you're smelling. So try to use it outside as much as possible, unless you just don't care if your entire house or living room or bedroom smells like a shop. Fine by me, I don't care. And because of that, you probably don't want to leave it running for like 10 minutes straight. Hopefully there's no fire hazard, but so far so good. So I can recommend it based on that. Looks like it's easy enough to clean. I haven't had to yet, but pop off 4 screws and you're ready to go. So yeah, DataVac. It's I hate that I need it, but welcome to adulthood, I guess. So that'll do it for another unlikely trio of products in this edition of Shit You Need. If you have any questions or even product suggestions, please leave them down below, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.